What's up? It's the Fields Bros. So we have one more first round matchup for you guys: the Rockets and the Utah Jazz. This is a dogfight. Donovan Mitchell is the real deal. Last year, I learned all too well how good this this young guy is. Like it was unbelievable. It was the best performance by a rookie I've ever seen. Like he was clearly, in my opinion, better than Ben Simmons. He should have been rookie of the year last year.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion. That said, I'm kind of torn like on who to pick in this series. You've got 37 a game. James Harden, most we've seen since Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
James Harden.
Uh, but the question is how effective is Chris Paul going to be? He's looked pretty good, like in key games. Like he's clearly been, an effective player. But
Right.
is he going to be able to consistently, like he's only averaging on the year like 16 a game, like 7 assists or something. Like that's solid, but it's not Chris Paul.
Right.
Like he's usually closer to like 19 a game.
I've always
closer,
said you got China Chris Paul out there.
like he's still good. Like, and I feel like Chris Paul's going to have, as long as he can stay healthy, like the Rockets, can consider themselves a top tier team. But that's only if he's healthy. If his hamstring blows out again, if he blows a tire, like in NASCAR, like he does every year, like then the Rockets are going to go home.
If the Rockets lose this year, do you abandon this system?
I mean, I feel like it's a real question. Like you definitely need to do something, but I feel like it's a must-win series for the Rockets in terms of like the season they've had.
They're supposed to compete against the Warriors.
Like they've been the team talked about to beat the Warriors. So it's probably a must-win season for series for the Rockets, where the Jazz are an unappreciated team. Gobert was mad he didn't make the All-Star team. There's people that think he's the DPOY.
Donovan Mitchell didn't make the All-Star.
Donovan Mitchell didn't even make the All-Star team. So this is a team who feels like, they have something to prove. Like, so.
I'm going to start my first point by addressing how good I think Donovan Mitchell is. Donovan Mitchell, right now, as a second-year player, plays like a 10-year vet. Like he's on the level of Damian Lillard, who's in his prime.
Right.
This kid in his second year is as good as a prime superstar. That's how good Donovan Mitchell is. Like this dude literally could be like the next Harden or Westbrook.
And he can dunk.
In terms of how good he is.
He's athletic
in comparison historically. Donovan Mitchell is literally, we don't know right now. Donovan Mitchell could end up being like, he could pass Wade as like,
who knows?
Like the third best shooting
guard
of all
anybody.
time. Like he could be better than Dwayne Wade in his career.
He could pass anybody.
He's already a better shooter than Wade was. So that's how good I think Donovan Mitchell is. Now I did pick Houston in this series. James Harden, 37 a game. He's going to win MVP. He has my vote. That style of play that Houston has, the way they can hit threes when they're hot. If Chris Paul's healthy, I stress, if healthy, I have Houston winning in 6.
But all right, that's a good pick. But tell me if you see where I'm coming from. The way the Rockets play, they shoot lots of threes and they drive. Utah is great at paint defense and they run you off the 3-point line. So the Rocket strategy, I can't think of a better counter than this team.
Correct.
So like their approach and strategy schematically, it shouldn't be as cohesive against this team. So in theory it should be.
Here's why I disagree with your theory. Last year when that played out, OKC versus Utah, what was the problem? You guys had Melo holding you guys down I'm not going to get into it.
Right.
You guys had Carmelo Anthony team, it didn't work. There's nothing like that on this Houston team. They're a well-oiled machine. Everyone's in their right roles. So I think Utah won because last year at a combination of OKC playing down. They weren't playing at their best, so that's why I think Utah won. I don't think Houston is going to play down. I think Houston's going to be rolling. I think Chris Paul's going to have probably a couple triple-doubles in this game. Some 17, 15-point, 14-point triple-doubles. And P.J. Tucker, he's a bitch, but, I mean, he's going to get scrappy, and he could hurt Donovan Mitchell. I'm not going to lie. He could take out Donovan Mitchell in this series, old school. But Utah, scrappy. I don't trust Joe Ingles. I never have. He's a good player, but he ain't he ain't Paul George.
Right.
He ain't that. Like This team kind of reminds me of the team when Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs won, where Donovan Mitchell's the clear-cut best player on the team, where Kawhi Leonard was the clear-cut best player on the team, and there isn't a player who necessarily rivals him in talent, but
Yeah.
the team, the way they play, they're a cohesive unit. They pass the ball like
They don't beat themselves.
there's a lot of similarities between those two teams. So another upset alert potentially in this series, Houston and Utah.
But we'll wrap it up. You got Houston. I've got Jazz in 6 games.
All right, guys, let me know down below in the comments who you got in this game, Houston or Utah in this series. It's the Fields Bros Western Conference Round 1 predictions. Peace.
See ya.